How deep do your prospective clients have to go to find you on the web? When they do find you, what do they find?
SEO,
Internet marketing strategies,
bounce rates,
website performance,
cost per click,
and social media.
conversion rates.
This is Edge of the Web with Aaron Sparks.
Good morning. You're listening to Edge of the Web Radio with Aaron Sparks and John Thompson. John, say hi.
Hello, Indianapolis.
Hello. Hey, thanks for listening. This show is provided by Site Strategics. We're a local Indianapolis search engine optimization and social media marketing firm focusing on strategic and successful website development. We do this show every other week talking about different internet marketing initiatives that you, the business owner, should be engaged in with your online presence to be able to improve the visibility, improve the traffic coming to your website, but ultimately convert your traffic into leads with your website. And a lot of times, companies, business owners don't know even where to start, what to measure, how to even get on Google to begin with. And we are actually helping in a kind of an education platform to present information on a regular basis to give you that information to use. And obviously, we're in the business of providing you those tools, and our company helps local and national companies on a regular basis improve their standings and improve their conversions. But we also want to make sure that you know what you should be looking at, what information's out there, and try to separate the wheat from the chaff, so to speak, in there's a heck of a lot of lack of knowledge or erroneous knowledge out there of what you should really be doing with your internet marketing.
Absolutely.
This is a special show that we have today. We actually have a guest in-house. This is Douglas Karr from New Media. Say hi, Doug.
Hey, everybody. How you doing?
We're very, very happy to have him on board. We're going to be talking to him a little bit later and really diving into some neat concepts that you need to know about corporate blogging and internet marketing. We're also going to have him comment on some of the news items that we're going through. But wanted to also make sure that you have our 800 number regularly. You can call us throughout the week at 877-SEO for web, or that's 877-736-4932. You can also reach us at we can also reach us at our number right now at local is 228-1430 or toll free at 866-440-1430, where we'll be taking calls in as well if you're so inclined to ask us a question about what we're talking about. John, tell us what we did last show.
Yeah, we touched on a few things, going live, getting live interactions to your social media accounts. We touched on infographics, what they are and how they are used, and our guest, Douglas Karr, is going to talk a little bit more about those as well today. 10 tweaks that can make a big difference in a landing page performance.
That's right. It was tied into not only landing pages for your paid ads and what users are seeing whenever they're coming in off those paid clicks, but on top of that, landing pages for organic, the actual optimized content, making sure that you can help improve those leads coming through. So
absolutely,
we are podcasting our show after the show, about 2 hours after every show. You can find us on iTunes. Look for my name, Aaron Sparks, Site Strategics, or Edge of the Web. You can also find us on YouTube with YouTube Site Strategics, or all those names. You'll find us right there, and we're actually breaking these shows up into segments, so it's a bit more palatable, but it gives us the added opportunity to get our points across, but also put some visuals in there, some screenshots, some information that you really can't disseminate over the radio, right, but it gives us a little additional ampage there. So best thing is download the podcast. You can take it with you. It's free of charge. We love giving this information out, but check out the YouTube video as well, because we also always spice that up with a lot of neat information. All right. Coming up this show, we've got internet marketing news. And we've got Douglas Karr from DK New Media. He's, like I said, we're talking about infographics, corporate blogging. We're also going to have a segment about link building for local search. That's we've talked about local search in the past and how important that is for cultivating that local audience, and we're going to go give you some ideas on where to go to find those links to tether to your website.
Yep.
All right, kicking into it. We got segment 1. We're talking about news. Give me a news article, John.
Social media forecast is set to hit $16.9 billion.
The social media revenue, yeah, absolutely, $16.9 billion. I tell you what, this social media network revenue has actually grown 43% year after year, and especially in 2012. Gartner predicts social media revenue will actually reach $34 billion by 2016, and that's from 11.8. That's up from 11.8 billion in 2011. That's a huge jump.
That is, and hopefully Facebook stock doesn't continue to decline, so we can keep it going.
Or at least Zynga. Let's make sure that Zynga stays alive. You know where that comes from? Most of that revenue is coming from advertising and social gaming. Now, I'm sorry, Farmville has to die, but I mean, with social gaming being such a revenue generator, it's amazing to me. But that's just going to expand.
Oh yeah,
and that's going to obviously go into mobile environments as well on a regular basis.
I think it's important to remember Facebook does have competition, and Google Plus will end up growing, and Twitter will end up hopefully shaping up their strategy, whatever it may be. But I know they've had problems.
Google Plus will only grow to the size of Google employees, right?
Right.
That's the.
There you go.
Hey, come on now.
I'm sorry.
Month over month, 43% growth.
Is that right?
Google Plus.
That's right. That's right.
So
I kid. No, I dig it. Actually, with Google Plus, I actually like the mobile interfaces that they're rolling out now.
Beautiful.
Oh, it's gorgeous. And talking about infographics and graphical presentation, there's great snapshots, and it's a flow that Facebook just doesn't have. Yep. And that's what's, I think, going to be the pivotal thing for Google.
Well, there's an advantage, too, to these markets that have small followings, and that's that you get a much louder voice there.
Absolutely.
So a lot of people are kind of putting their, setting their foot in the sand and creating a great following today, understanding that tomorrow it'll continue to grow.
That's right. And there's some great tools out there for actually capturing your username on all those networks. I think Noam.com is one of better brand name registrations out there. So even if you don't participate in a lot of these smaller networks, you need to grab those brands to use them at a later date. Mobile search is set to grow by 77%.
Yeah,
I mean, we kind of knew that was coming.
Oh, yeah.
Online video by 52% and social by 26% by the end of 2012. So that's some healthy metrics to show you that your business needs to be in social media.
Absolutely.
And on top of that, in advertising in social media is really taking off as well. News item number 2: Google, Facebook, and Amazon are quickly forming a tech lobbying group. Lobbying giants Google, Facebook, Amazon, and eBay are expected to join forces to form a lobbying group known as the Internet Association, or otherwise known as IA. That's what I was about to say AI. That's what Reuters reported. Actually, they will focus on internet-related legislation. The former congressional policy advisor Michael Beckerman will lead the group. They want to ensure that Washington understands the impacts of the internet and internet companies on jobs, economic growth, and freedom, and that's what Beckerman said.
You got to pay the piper.
You got to pay.
Everybody's got to pay the piper.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, you can't stand alone. You have to have your voice, your advocate out there. But as of right now, they're actually keeping their goals pretty vague. Google and other internet companies fought SOPA, that's the Stop Online Piracy Act, and Facebook has had a long fight against censorship. Both Google and Facebook ramped up their federal lobbying to the highest levels. Google, 3.9 million, and Facebook, a lowly 960,000 just last year.
As President of the United States of America, I can now tell you, the people of the entire world, that as of 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the defense of this nation, and with it the defense of the free world, has been the responsibility of a machine.
I hope I'm not seeing Skynet in the making here, but I mean, I think it's good to be able to have an impassioned plea to policy-making individuals inside of Washington.
Yeah.
At the same time, you hope that smaller networks and smaller groups can still benefit from that internet initiative as well.
I think a lot of people underestimate the impact of lobbying on the good side of things, and and this lobbying groups are there to educate our representatives.
Yep.
They're representing us as well, but I mean, I think average IQ in Washington is probably a 3.
That's a big curve.
We need some lobbying groups out there to educate them on what we're doing here.
That's right.
What was it? The interwebs.
The inner tubes. The interweb
tubes filling up. That was just a few years ago.
I
right?
know.
So,
and that was very, very scary.
And some of these guys still have never used email.
Right.
That's startling. So we need lobbying groups.
Absolutely.
Just to at least be able to bring them to the table, let alone make wise policy.
Yeah.
Another item, John. Tell me about this one.
They're testing sponsored results in the search bar.
Oh boy. All right.
Yeah.
Let's have a moment of pause here. Facebook search box could become home to a new form of advertising known as sponsored results. Okay.
Yep.
Ads would appear alongside Facebook's organic results when users conduct searches for specific pages or places.
Right.
Right. Testing began this week. I think TechCrunch actually picked it up first. The ads will be sold on a cost per click basis and only appear in the search field, not on the results page, which...
Interesting.
It is, and they're going to go there.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're testing the waters right there. Will the ads hurt the relevance of Facebook search results? Personally, I haven't seen Facebook's search results being that relevant.
Oh, I know. I use Google, and I'm trying to find a Facebook page.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Sorry, I think I pegged the limits there.
I logged in this week and I was on a Facebook page and I literally had 8 ads on the right hand side. 8.
Yeah.
I remember when it was just 1 or 2. So they're really ramping up the ad spots and revenue.
And what they're doing there, I mean, they're really making that space dead.
Yeah.
That real estate on that page is just, I mean, you're turning a blind eye to it now because, I mean, the segmentation's all over the place. I didn't need to see that ad. I have no idea how that ad even came up on my screen.
Right.
From an interest level. I mean, it's unfortunate.
As a marketing agency, I feel more confident on promoting Google than I do Facebook for advertising. It's just not developed enough.
Yeah, and we also reported last show that the return on investment for some big advertisers, they were forecasting a year to actually see
results. Yeah,
we've actually had clients that have only used it from a branding standpoint,
right?
And that's they can get so many impressions.
Yep.
Millions of impressions, for hundreds of dollars because they're only paying for clicks. That they just put a massive logo over there.
just keeping it.
Yeah.
With no call to action, no nothing. Just
exactly.
Fantastic.
They don't want people to click.
Facebook search is targeted usually towards finding specific people, places, or apps, whereas Google search is more about discovery. And I can only see that search result is going to get more and more soiled and diluted, and that is another piece, another misstep that I'm seeing Facebook trying to go. I mean, Facebook, the community of Facebook there's a wealth of opportunity there, but you actually have to deliver good content, not game the system, and the interface of Facebook doesn't really allow for that much play, All right, leading into another story that we came across that just happened this week, and we really want to talk about that. This is, again, Facebook, but this is another direction on Facebook, which I actually wholeheartedly support. It's called Facebook Stories.
Right.
Kind of ties into what we're talking about today with infographics. Facebook has launched a new site called FacebookStories.com, and they collect stories from around different themes from users that post to that website. This first month's theme is called Remembering. Okay, and there is actually a story about this. Where, regarding this theme, there's an individual that has short-term memory loss, I believe.
Yep.
And he actually uses Facebook to kind of get himself realigned with what his activities have been over the course of the days, and on top of that, friend connections and what have you, and even event reminders and what. So, I mean, it was a fantastic use of Facebook. Yeah. Exactly, but the other part, if you're in my Facebook, I'd be seeing so many bloody pictures of kittens with mittens. I'd steer myself in a whole different direction. But the what they're doing is really engaging with the user and wanting to bring the users into another foyer where they can truly kind of promote their own content, because your content's really limited to your listenership or your viewers or your connections inside of Facebook. If you've got a good story, Facebook's listening, and they're actually tying that into a infographic at the end of every month of kind of dissecting the submitted data and giving some great information back to consumers.
Yep.
And there'll be 14 more ad spots.
There you go.
Snark. Or you can. Do you want to promote your story? Well, go right ahead.
There you go.
Star square. There is something of a bit of a channel of thought here that Facebook may be going into, really cultivating its stories from communities, local communities or local interests, and giving almost like a local news channel for users who you may not even be able to follow or have followed individuals, but there may be a great opportunity to really get into even more of a community connection. So, I like that type of energy. I like that type of focus of really understanding what community is all about, why Facebook launched the way they have come up in the ranks the way they have. I just don't like them monetizing everything.
Right. I guess, the good thing here is it's not a status update, right? Now you're going to see a big picture and a whole story, which is a lot more compelling than just a few words and a little image. So
and that means people have to actually think through what they're doing as opposed.
Oh no, we're in trouble.
It's going against the grain now. Tell you what, we're going to be back here in a second on 1430 News Talk, WXNT, talking with Doug Karr and talking about infographics. See you real soon.